The Home Minister suddenly announced that a judicial commission to probe the Snoopgate scandal allegedly involving Narendra Modi will be in place before the 16th of May. Now, even though the probe commission was announced last December by the Union Cabinet, the government has until now been unable to find a retired judge to head it. Now they say they will be appointing a judge immediately. Reacting strongly, the BJP has said the move is unethical and arrogant.
किसी लड़की के पीछे ये गुप्त फेर लगाते हैं। एक देश का चीफ मिनिस्टर अभी कल प्रधानमंत्री हो जाएंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा लड़कियों का?
A scathing attack on BJP's prime ministerial candidate Narendra Modi, with top congressmen breaking up the Snoopgate controversy.
We will get to know when we appoint the judge, and he or she will be appointed before the 16th.
The accusations relate to the illegal surveillance and phone tapping of an architect in Gujarat, allegedly by the Gujarat government under Chief Minister Narendra Modi and his close aide Amit Shah's instructions in 2009. As the political controversy snowballed, last December the cabinet stepped in and cleared the decision to set up a commission of inquiry under a retired judge. But many jurists approached by the centre declined to head the probe. Now this fresh attempt by the government to fast-track the probe has triggered allegations of political vendetta by the BJP.
इन निर्णयों को वाजिब न मानना ये अगली सरकार के अधिकार क्षेत्र में होगा.
BJP maintains that the Congress has violated the Code of Conduct, which bans the government from making any important decisions or appointments once elections are called. The renewed interest in pushing the probe comes just days after Priyanka Gandhi brought it up in one of her public meetings in Raebareli. Both Sonia and Rahul Gandhi have also raised it in their recent rallies. The BJP, though, says this is a desperate attempt by the centre when a probe is already underway in Gujarat. In fact, just last week, Amit Shah dismissed these charges, saying he did not want to get into a slanging match with Priyanka Gandhi.
गुजरात सरकार का अपॉइंटेड जांच आयोग जब भी मुझे बुलाएगा मैं उसके सामने पूरी बात रखूंगा.
With less than a fortnight to go for the results and both the Congress and the BJP sharpening their attacks, it's still not clear how much power this probe panel will ultimately have. With Alok Pandey in Patna, in New Delhi, Ketki Angre for NDTV.
So is this political vendetta by the UPA government? Is the timing of this something that's going to be questioned strongly, or is this a natural move as they seem to suggest today since the commission had been announced in December? Let me take that question first to our analysts this evening and to our commentators and then to the politicians. To Nalini Singh first. What do you make of the timing of this? Is that what is going to land the Congress into controversy?
Nidhi, what's happening on the 16th of May? An old government will go out and a new government will come in. But India carries on. So I will be extremely, if the Gujarat government appointed honorable district judge tables his report just before on the 16th, it will stretch my belief. If the outgoing government, the UPA 2 government, now appoints a commission before the 16th of May, it stretches my belief completely, because you have had 180 days to do whatever you wanted with this. Now, is investigation complete? Do we have the minimum database which an honorable judge requires so that they can begin the investigation, or is investigation equal to snooping? So what I'm saying is that if you have not been able to do it in 180 days, if you do not even do it by May, if you do it before May 16th, it's very suspect. Even if you don't do it by May 16th, are the people of India not going to pull the other government up if they have somebody, a judge, whom they think is inappropriate? And what about whoever is in the opposition? They're going to shout them down. So what is this? That you will appoint somebody just before you go out because the people of India are so spineless that they will not protest later on? I do not think that this is, and talking about national security and equating it to snooping of women, I agree. I do agree that
it's an important issue, but you think the timing smacks of
also I feel
something
that
completely
if you had all this, then why have you not completed your probe on the allegedly by the IB Bureau, Intelligence Bureau, which was snooping on the Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee at that time, allegedly. So I'm saying, all these things are.
You think it's just too murky at this time? Shahid Siddiqui, would you agree that the timing is going to raise questions about the motives at this point? Why suddenly 2 weeks before the 16th of May has the Congress woken up to this? Or Is it something that is, I mean, it is also a very important issue. The alleged misuse of state machinery is an important issue also and does require investigation. So how would you look at it, Shahid Siddiqui?
It is a very important issue and should have been investigated. But when you do it at the fag end of your government, when you know that a new government is going to come, whichever party takes over, then it smacks of, vendetta, it smacks of either your incompetence or your inability to do anything or your political opportunism. I don't know about the legality, it may be legal, but political morality requires that this should be left to the next government. And if next government thinks it fit to go into investigation, to appoint a commission, then they should have, then they will do it. To connect it to women's empowerment, women's rights, I think is silly. No women, the most, vehement supporters of women's rights may not find it very moral or very, correct.
Okay. Smacks of political opportunism, says Shahid Siddiqui. Dushyant Dave, senior lawyer, joins us tonight from Ahmedabad. Mr. Dave, what would you then read into this move at this time?
Well, Nidhi, there is two aspects. One, I am not in agreement with this argument that the outgoing government is not supposed to take decisions or take actions from time to time. It is a democratically elected government, and it is a government which is elected for full 5 years term. The term does not stop after 4 years and 9 months or 4 years and 6 months. So till the last day, the government is entitled to take the decisions. That's what democracy is about. That's why they have been elected for 5 years term. So that's the first aspect. The second aspect is that this is, an extremely unfortunate, episode in the history of the democracy of this country, where the entire state machinery was used, to snoop over a young lady without any justification whatsoever. So there are two issues here. One, the abuse of the state powers, and the other is, an invasion on the privacy of an individual citizen. And right to privacy is right to life under our constitution. Supreme Court has said so for a long time. Now, therefore, in my view, I think, even from the point of view of BJP, I would say that if there is no substance in it, for example, we don't know what the truth is. If there is no substance, the probe should have really cleared Mr. Modi about it. If there is substance, then I don't think Mr. Modi is fit enough to be the Prime Minister of this country. So, and there is a very serious issue about Gujarat, judges being appointed. You know the Nanavati Commission, for 12 years that commission is just sitting and doing nothing except enjoying the perquisite salaries and all kinds of facilities. It has steadfastly refused to give the reports. I have serious issues about, these kind of commissions being appointed by the state government.
But
whatever may be the reason,
you raise a point of legality.
Unfortunately, the state government...
No, one second. You raise a point of legality saying it's a democratically elected government that has the right to take decisions till the very last day. Absolutely, it does. It's not a government that's there, like you said, for 3 days less than its term and so on. But there is an ethical question here. Do you do something like this? Do you, for something that is very clearly a huge political issue as well, just on the eve of counting? I mean, we have 2 weeks to go, and all this time they couldn't find a judge. What suddenly changed?
And the report will not come in 2 weeks.
I think I would say this, that if the government failed to do it, which it has, it is most unfortunate. And sooner the government does it, it's better, because this is a very serious issue. I mean, in any other democratically, democracy of the world, in the Western world, Mr. Modi would have been, long time ago, indicted about it. You can't just allow these things to go away just because he is the prime ministerial candidate.
Okay.
It does not even befit BJP. It doesn't befit anybody else.
Okay. So
even
Piyush
Mr.
Goyal,
Modi should agree for an independent probe. Why is he afraid of an independent probe?
Dushyant Dave's point is, one, that they are not legally out of bounds to do this, and B, if Mr. Modi and the BJP have nothing to hide, then why not welcome this probe, and why react at all? What would you say?
Nidhi, Mr. Dushyant Dave is a very poor apologist for a failed government, and a government which only knows how to fix people, whether they are political opponents, whether they are businessmen, whether they are government servants, or whether they are media persons. And of course, Mr. Dave in his heart of heart knows that how bad this government has been for India. I'm sure he has represented a lot of people in court cases where this government has tried to fix all and sundry, and the current effort to appoint a judge, and again another failed effort for 5 months. They have not been able to find one judge to come onto this absolutely politically motivated campaign to slander an honorable chief minister and soon to be prime minister. I feel very sorry Dushyant ji is lending himself to be a part of this charade. Nobody will deny that a government is in continuity. They should have appointed somebody long back if they wanted to. Why suddenly, on the eve of the last 2 phases, when the results are going to be out very soon and this government is going to go packing, should there be sudden enthusiasm in this government to try and fix somebody where neither the lady in question or her family have given any complaint, neither there has been any effort to try and stop a probe? We already have a High Court judge, an honorable ex-High Court judge investigating into the matter. I don't know if Dushyant ji is casting aspersions on another senior lady judge who's already seized of the matter. I don't know if Mr. Dushyant Dave is feeling so unnerved that there could be a possibility that a new government may come in and at that time he may have some difficulty in finding another way to fix this, fix the opposition. It's very, very unfortunate. I think Mr. Modi has shown great magnanimity. He has shown that he is not vindictive towards anybody, not even to Mr. Dave or to Mr. Rahul Gandhi, to Mr. Robert Vadra. He has shown a certain class, a certain dignity of his position. Unfortunately, a flustered, a failed and a fixing UPA Congress
Nidhi, I would
has
like to
no other way to fight its political battles except try and stoop
you
to
of
such
course
petty
clearly see it as vendetta, and I think
bringing
this,
out.
right, before I take it to the
It's
Congress
a complete
representative,
political
Mr.
vendetta,
Dave, the
and
question,
I feel media and some so-called intellectuals and independent observers are falling prey to this government's efforts. A government which is already on its way out, I think should stick to trying and sorting out the economic woes of the people of India and not just.
I don't think
play
anyone's
games
falling
with the
prey to
legal
anything, because
establishment.
there are fundamentally serious issues that are also involved. But as you rightly said, Dushyant Dave, there is already a probe that is underway in Gujarat.
Well,
there is a probe underway in
Gujarat.
Gujarat.
There are complaints of 1984. The Liberan Commission appointed by.
No, so that's what I'm asking, Mr. Dave, that therefore when there is already a commission in Gujarat that is probing this, when this parallel commission was appointed by.
On the 1984 massacre.
Okay, but when this parallel commission was appointed, then also there was an uproar about it, Mr. Dave. The
Nidhi,
point
let me respond first.
Yes.
Let me respond. Because Mr. Goel has gone on and on against me, so I have a right to rebut to Mr. Goel. Let me say one thing, Mr. Goel. First and foremost, if Mr. Modi wants to be vindictive, I welcome it. I am not scared of Mr. Modi. Let me tell you bluntly on a national television. I have never been scared except of God.
What he is
okay?
Not.
So be
Mr.
very
Modi
clear about that,
only
Mr. Goel. Don't threaten on a national television. Okay, that's correct. Now, this is a veiled threat. So let's be very clear about it.
I would like you to
this
arbitrate.
Is a veiled threat. Secondly,
one second, Piyush, let him finish. You had your say. He patiently heard you. Let him finish.
What is saying?
Okay.
He's unnecessarily creating a scare.
No, let him finish. Let him finish.
Modi is not vindictive towards anybody.
Okay, so Piyush Goel is not threatening you, Dushyant. He's not threatening you. He's clarifying that. He's making that clear. There is no threat.
Yes, so let
yes, okay. Let's move on from there to the substance of the argument. Yes, Dushyant Dave.
Okay. Let me answer one more thing. Mr. Goel perhaps doesn't know. I have defended the Sikh community free of charge against Mr. Sajan Kumar, and I have done it to the best of my abilities to ensure that a charge of murder is established against him. I have been on national television for last 3 years saying that Prime Minister of India is guilty as hell in 2G and Stalk-Gate. I don't belong to any political party. I have nothing to do with Congress, Mr. Goel. You should know that by now. But I am definitely one of those who genuinely believes that people's rights, especially human rights, their fundamental rights must be protected. I have nothing about this woman. There is a large-scale abuse of power by the state machinery in Gujarat. Thousands of people's phones have been tapped illegally. Everybody knows that. So, it is something which is very important for all of us to understand that this is not about individuals. I have my own regard for Mr. Modi. That's a separate issue.
I'd like to answer.
No, one second. I have to get the Congress in. Gentlemen, one second. Please let me get the Congress in because they are the party in the dock today.
I think he is accountable to provide evidence for these false allegations.
Piyush Goyal, I think we have to admit that there is an issue at hand, which is why even a commission in Gujarat is probing it, and therefore that probe is on, like you said correctly. But Mr. Kesavan, one second. Mr. Kesavan,
answer that question.
But the lady in question has not made any complaint.
Well,
I want to answer that
well,
question.
there is still a probe
And
underway
if
for
my
a reason.
daughter or if anybody's daughter is being harassed by an individual,
Yes,
I think we would go and
Mr.
seek
Kesavan
protection
of the
also.
Congress will answer that, but
This
Mr. Kesavan,
is a
please
matter
first
of public
answer.
interest,
One
not about
second.
individuals.
Please first answer, Mr. Kesavan, that if you couldn't find a judge for all these months, how has the UPA suddenly woken up to this on the eve of results? Is it not unethical for the UPA to do that?
Let us just understand one thing, Nidhi. The cabinet didn't take a decision today to form a commission. The cabinet took a decision on December 26th. It's long before, and there is a procedure and a process. So let's not insinuate anything there on why a judge is not, appointed yet. The decision was taken on December 26th, well before the code of conduct. Let me answer this question about this parallel commission. See, November 25th, Gujarat announced a judicial commission. But let us understand one thing. This illegal surveillance, this, illegal activity of, constitutional violation of privacy and liberty is not just confined to Gujarat. We all know that the tapping and the illegal surveillance continued in Karnataka. So the Gujarat Commission, the Gujarat government is trying to investigate a surveillance about its own chief minister, about its own home minister by the commission appointed by the government. But the problem is it's just not confined within the vicinity of Gujarat. It is an interstate issue where Karnataka is involved too, where this particular person was also illegally surveilled and her phones were illegally tapped in Karnataka, which is why under the Commissions of Inquiry Act, the central government has full authority to, have a central judicial commission. That answers the question. Second thing is why, that is why there is a parallel commission, because it spread up to Gujarat. After Gujarat, it went to Karnataka. So it's just not within Gujarat. Second point is this: why are these people taking it personally? Let the truth set them free. See, this is not a personal issue. Very recently, on April 3rd, the Gujarat government filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court. We've been hearing the BJP leaders. Even though there was a deafening silence from Amit Shah ji, the BJP leaders have completely dismissed this. But the Gujarat government has filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court saying they accept there was a surveillance. So it's so contradictory. For a long while they were saying no surveillance happened. Now they say
they
a surveillance happened.
They accepted. No, but Mr. Kesavan, the point is like you said.
I'm
You said at the beginning. One second, Piyush. One second, Mr. Kesavan. You said at the beginning that it was in December. I'm going to put everybody's mics down. One second. Can I please get my question in? Mr. Kesavan, you said, like you said at the beginning, it was the cabinet that took the decision in December to appoint this commission. You had between December and the 2nd of May to find a judge to head that commission. You found only the 2nd of May to make an announcement that would happen. You could have done it in March. You could have done it in February. You could have done it in January. What happened?
There was no announcement made. A question was posed to him, and he said, "See, the law. No. See, the issue is this: you're taking this May 16 too seriously, like what Dushyant Daveji said.
Of course,
the government is well within its right to appoint. All he went to say was this government. No. All he meant to say was this government has formed the judicial commission and it will appoint the judge in good time. Why are we casting aspersions on this? And I just want to ask one thing: why is there so much fear? If there is nothing to hide, why can't you welcome this? Why are you so worried?
Okay, first,
if there is nothing to hide,
right of reply to Piyush Goyal and then to Shahid and to Nalini. Yes, Piyush Goyal. If there's nothing to hide, then welcome the probe. Doesn't matter.
I'm very happy to know that May 16th is not important. The Congress has already given up any hope that they will have any result on May 16th worth cheering.
Oh, please, sir.
So I think a government which is on its way out should stick to matters which are only of a continuing nature. They should have realized that there is already a probe going on. There was no need in the first place to have another probe. If at all they decided, they should have taken action.
I told you why there was a need.
Now, on the eve of demitting office, they suddenly wake up. And when they find they cannot contest Mr. Modi on the plank of development, good governance, integrity, a better life for the future of India, now they find these items which they have failed to act on for 5 months. I think the Congress and its spokespersons should give up any hope that any judge will fall prey to their gimmickry. Nobody is going to come into their trap. This government on its way out is now only finding lame duck excuses.